Hi there, my name is Emily Oleson and I am a 22-year-old young professional. I just recently entered the workforce in February with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I'm in their management trainee program, have been enjoying my time there, but completed my undergraduate at Miami University recently in December, and I'm now a grad student at MTSU. It's been a wild ride, and to say I'm not busy would be a complete lie, but I would say that during my transition from college life to adulthood and working full time, there have been several moments in my career that I have found myself extremely uncomfortable. And in these uncomfortable situations have been the times that I've definitely grown the most. Specifically, during my undergrad, I had just declared my major in Spanish my sophomore year, and I went out on a whim and I decided to study abroad in Costa Rica for 4 months. And this, I knew it was going to be uncomfortable. I knew it, but maybe I didn't do enough research. That could definitely be said, because when I got there, I quickly learned that I would not have air conditioning or hot water for the 4 months, and then my family obviously didn't speak any English, the people that I was living with. So this was one of the most uncomfortable moments for me in my life as of 22 years, both mentally and physically. I got over the physical part pretty quickly. I adapted and I adjusted, but the mental part of the taxing, just weighing on you of not being able to understand everything, was exhausting mentally. I would go to bed and I wouldn't, my brain, I could feel how tired it was, but it was in these kind of moments where I have been able to not only survive but flourish. And so I have the shells and rocks that I had walked on in Costa Rica in 2017 here with me as a reminder of the hardships that I had gone through and all of the changes in my life that I had to adapt to. I think it was these moments that really helped me realize that you can't always grow when you're comfortable, and you need these moments to learn and adapt to different parts of life that you don't always face on a day-to-day basis. So when I got back from Costa Rica, I felt more confident, more secure, and more just aware of everything around me. And I decided that for the first time in my entire life that I wanted to lead something. I wanted to use everything that I had learned in Costa Rica to really put it to the test. And so I got back to school. There wasn't a Spanish club, and I decided to make it happen. So after never holding a leadership position in my entire life, I went from absolutely nothing to becoming the founder and president of the Spanish club at Miami University. And it was not what I expected. It was not an easy ride. It didn't come naturally to me, which was kind of a shock. I assumed that I would just kill it. But I didn't think about the fact that I not only had to lead people, I had to manage them, I had to coordinate events, I had to structure the club and keep people interested. And so for me, this was one of those moments where I had to step back and realize that I wasn't prepared for this, and I had to find resources, find advisors, find people who could help me transition into this role of leadership. And something that we've been recently talking about in my leadership class at MTSU is the anti-leadership vaccine. So basically just younger generations like myself not being fully prepared for these roles and not having the experience necessary to really succeed at them from the get-go. And so, it's going from a childhood from nothing in leadership to just trying to figure it out on your own. And currently at work, it's more of a sit back and watch, but I had to decide for myself how I was going to go about making sure that I was making the strides necessary to where I needed to be. So it was definitely one of those learning moments where I was super uncomfortable, but I figured it out and I persevered. And I think that the commitment to it, the learning experience, and just the fact of having to manage people from the get-go was one of the most transformational moments in my life. I was balancing having to speak and lead in another language too, which was another just the thing that I faced that kind of set me back. But throughout it all, I learned the importance of knowledge, experience and confidence to be able to say, hey, this is something that I want to do, and I'm going to figure it out, even if no one else is proving it to me. So overall, my trip to Costa Rica was daunting, it was uncomfortable, and it was kind of scary, but it gave me the skills and power that I needed to be able to come back to the United States, take the Spanish Club by the horn, and make it rock and roll.